And just for defense of your crew once more, since they're not here right now to speak. And
yeah, I mean, that's kind of obvious.
The wind, you had the bag of the wind from the king Iolus.
Yeah.
I believe was his name.
Yeah.
He gave you this bag, and then you kind of hid it away from your crew. And did you not suspect that this seems a little? If you were a crew member and
you keep taking their side of the matter, and I'm gonna set the record straight, okay? Whatever they may have thought with their tiny little brains, the bag was full of wind, and I had it with me, and I basically said, don't open it. And they're like, oh, okay, we won't open it. And so then I put the bag down, or something along those lines. What do? They open it. So, I mean, you could be like, oh, well, they thought it was treasure, maybe. But where's the trust? I mean, I'm their leader. I was hurt. I was really hurt, and I mean, that's kind of why, now I'm kind of bitter towards them. I don't feel really bad about it because, we're not brothers anymore. They broke the code.
Well, when he didn't tell us about the wind.
Okay.
That also pissed me off,
So if just for a fair question to you, did you believed in your captain? You believed in Odysseus. He was your king, your general, and your captain. And if he told you something that sounded completely far-fetched or radical, even, you would have believed him.
Of course, he's my captain. Why wouldn't I believe him?
I see. So you believed it was a mistake for him not to have told you about that.
Yes, I think it was a grave mistake.
So why did you not tell them that there was wind inside?
They didn't need to know.
Why not?
Because it would only confuse their tiny brains. Okay, it's on a need-to-know basis. I'm the leader. They're not. There's a reason for that.
Do you think they would have believed you, or do you think you would have been lying? Or?
Somebody tells you you got a bag full of wind. Do you think that they're going to believe you? And I mean, especially these guys were below average intelligence. I mean, I would even say that they were stupider than you. So I mean, I just don't think you can talk about it like this. I mean, you can't. You're second guessing me here. You're hindsighting. You're doing the hindsight thing with me. I'm not fond of that.
So you don't regret any of your decisions?
Regret is a very powerful word. I don't like to use that word. There are some times when I say, maybe Odysseus, you could have done something, maybe a wee bit better. But I usually push those thoughts away. I don't think like that. I'm moving forward. I don't look back.
Just to do you remember the incident with the Cyclops, Polyphemus?
Yeah, I remember Polyphemus. I hate that guy.
And you, in fact, you were quite clever and cunning when you got him. How exactly did you
I got him drunk and I poked him in the eye. I mean, it's like I said, cunning, intelligent. It's what I do.
And then you also described yourself as a nobody.
And as a nobody, yeah, that too. That was also a very good point. I mean, who can think that up?
However, though, when you were rowing away from the island, and he was blinded, throwing rocks aimlessly into the ocean, we have a report that you
Well, who do you get this report from? I thought you said everybody died.
Polyphemus. We go through this whole ordeal on the island. A bunch of guys die. He's blessed with this idea from Athena that allows us to escape the Cyclops, as well as blinding him. And we're finally sailing away in the boat. Everything's looking good. But he looks back and he starts taunting the Cyclops. I mean, and what are you thinking? He's the son of Poseidon.
Right.
And, he's going to zero in on that, the taunting. He's going to hear that. And, of course, he chucks the rock, and we almost get nailed. I mean, we could have died, all of us, right there. What was the point of that? It was just hubris. It was him stroking his ego.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that?
Everyone did die, but their spirits do go down to...
Well, I mean, you can't just throw out, baseless accusations.
And in
man.
addition...
I mean, I have my rights, and I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate you slandering my good name with some silly story.
And in addition, this was the story that you retold in the halls after you...
Okay, that was a difficult time for me. I was just trying to get home. I've been away for like 9 years.
So the fact that as we were rowing away, you said, it's not nobody Polyphemus, it is I, Odysseus, who blinded you.
He said that, I turned and looked at him and I was just, what are you thinking, Odysseus? And, I mean, it was a bad decision on his part. I'm gonna hold that against him to this day.
Listen, I think we're attacking the victim here, myself. Okay, he tried to eat me. And, I'm poked his eye out, we're rowing away, and I'm like, you know what? I beat you, and that's what I do. Because without the glory, what's the point in winning? Okay, if you don't have the glory, if you don't say I'm Odysseus, why'd you do it in the first place? Okay, and I mean, of course, you can't say you're not Odysseus. You don't have that kind of personal ambition. I want to do something with my life. So there you go.
Okay, but from a tactician standpoint, you revealed your location, allowed him to put several well-aimed rocks fairly close to your ship, almost resulting in all destruction right there.
Can we give this a rest? Because I really don't think we're getting anywhere. And
Certainly.
I'm being honest with you, and I don't appreciate you with these accusations. I mean, yeah, there may be a grain of truth to it, but at the end of the day, I made it home, and that's all that matters.
Okay, and does anything ever really irk you about your crew? Besides the fact that you consider them subpar to your...
I mean, besides the fact that they're retarded, I mean, I don't know. It's tough to say. It's just, I made it home. Okay, I don't think about my crew anymore. I put that's in the back of my head. Okay, we just don't go there.
Were there any members of the crew that you did care for? Did any members of the crew...
Yeah, I mean, there were some guys that I was close with, some good friends and stuff like that. But I mean, even them, I mean, it's like your relationship with your dog. You can't get too close. There's just not that level of intellectual, interaction. They're just there.
I see. So you consider them sort of like animals then, in some ways?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's go with it.
All right. And then do you recall the Isle of the Lestrygonians? I believe I'm pronouncing that right.
Is that the cannibals?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember the cannibals. They're nice guys. They tried to eat us though. But I mean, what can I say? They're cannibals. That's what they do.
And if you recall, you had before that. At that time, you did have a fleet. You had 13 ships, I believe. How many ships? That's the amount of ships you had. And you allowed all of your captains to sail into the bay. There was only one route to get out, and only one ship could go by there at one at a time.
Yeah.
And they all went to the bay because it was a peaceful cove, and then they were all slaughtered by the Lestrygonians. And you escaped. You and your crew and your ship.
Exactly. That's what I'd like to focus on here. I escaped. I didn't. I mean, you can focus on the people that died, but let's be happy. You media types are too negative so often. I mean, let's look at the positives. I got away. Positive point.
But you lost. The rest of your crew died there. Thousands of men perished in this bay.
And the cannibals had a full stomach. So I'm looking on the bright side. I don't look on the negative side. You're being a pessimist. I'm being an optimist.
Very well then. I have no response.
Exactly. I'm Odysseus, man. I know how to do this. This is who I am. I don't question the leadership. Don't question the leadership.
And then with Circe, you seem to exercise more precaution when you sent scouting parties into the... And then one of them reported back to that. There was indeed a sorceress, enchantress, the gods you were able to work out.
Yeah.
During your year there, what exactly transpired? Your men returned to pigs.
Yeah. I don't know if I really want to talk about that. I mean, it was a great time. Don't get me wrong, but I got a wife and kids at home, man. I don't know if I really want to be.
Right. We don't want to bring up anything that means scandalous.
I mean, it's fun. We had a great time. I mean, it's like going to Cabo San Lucas or something for spring break, or any of those great places in Mexico. I mean, they're fun. They're great, but you don't talk about them. You just don't. I mean, it's like being in college.
And then she warned you up ahead, and she told